ORCATORCH. They reached out to me and they were like, hey, could you take a look at one of our flashlights, make a video? And I'm like, yeah, sure. This is the first ever where a company's given me something to look at. That's awesome. Let's take a look at it.
Yeah, I'll give you a hand.
Okay, we're going to start with an unbox. Take a look at what's inside. As you can see, it comes with a case, a USB cable for charging using the flashlight itself. The flashlight itself here. A charger for 18650 batteries, lithium ion, of course. Some O-rings to, I guess, replace O-rings with if you want to do that. And then a warranty card and a manual. Ooh, also it's got like a lanyard for wearing the thing on your wrist, I guess. And two 18650 batteries. They are labeled at 2600 milliamp hours. I'll go further into testing with the capacity later in the video, so you can see that. Okay, taking a look at the case, it's got like squishy stuff on the side. So yeah, you can see it's stretchy. That's pretty good. The light fits in it pretty comfortably. And there's belt loops on the side here. One of them like comes undone. It's got Velcro and a button. But also behind that is like a stationary belt loop, just in case you don't want it completely flying off, I guess. And the inside piece of the case as well is like a different than the outside piece where it's like neoprene. It's pretty decent. Overall, it's a decent case. Here's the charger you can see. Nothing too special about it. It's your standard 18650 charger. Okay, the manual's pretty well written. You know, the English is good. It's not like goofy, which is good. And it brings up a couple things that you don't know about the light right away. So I'd highly recommend reading the manual. It says it is water like proof up to 2 meters. So that's a pro. Hey, let's do some pros and cons. Okay, let's take a look at the light. See the outside there, you can see the button. There's a button to adjust stuff on the side. You've got settings like strobe, and then also there's 4 brightness settings. You can see the surface mounted LED on the inside there. Not bad. The glass that is on the lens is also, it feels pretty thick, like when you're tapping at it. It's pretty good. I'm not going to take it apart because I don't know that you can. The power button is pretty stiff, so that's the on-off button right there. And you can depress it partially. So there's a pro. You can, and then it'll like flash. And you won't accidentally turn it on all the way. It's got a pretty good actuation, I guess. The tip, there it is. Comes off easily. There's also an O-ring, of course, that keeps it sealed. It says it's waterproof. That's a pro. It says 2 meters. And that pin right there, though, that's on the end of the cap is pretty stiff. It's good. It's springy stiff. You can see the O-ring. And there's the inside where the positive end of the battery touches. So the batteries that come with this thing are 18650 cells, and you'll see me put in one that I got from Walmart because I have these batteries. And the ones that actually come with the flashlight are a little bit longer than your standard 18650 because they have this protection circuit in it, so that's a pro. You can't overly discharge this, that's good. But yeah, both batteries fit perfectly fine and work in it well. And when I say both, I mean not only these longer ones that it comes with, but also just your standard one. It's not just sitting, bouncing around on the inside. Ooh, pro, you can recharge this thing using the flashlight. It's got a little light right there that like indicates status of charge. They say it also comes on when it's dying, shows red. I've run the thing quite a bit, but I haven't seen it turn on yet from being low charge. I really don't like draining batteries all the way down, you know? I just don't like doing that. There's a con though with that. In order to charge it, you have to have the flashlight on and then plug it in, or you can have it plugged in and then the power button has to be on. So essentially, like if you have it off but then you plug it in, you'll get an orange light. It says it's not charging. Green means it's charged and red means it's charging. So you'll know like when you plug in it, oh, that's not red. But yeah, it's weird. I don't know. Is that a con? And that's the biggest pro of this flashlight is the fact that it's got brightness settings. And the lowest one is actually like really low to where it's good. So if you're in like a super dark area and you have it on the lowest setting, you're not going to like fully discharge the rhodopsin in your eyes. Does that make sense? Is that too much? Here you can see, like I said, the low setting in my car. It's not over brightening until you go high. Yeah, it's really cool that you can like adjust it. I'm not used to having an adjustable flashlight. Okay, initial test of the charger. I charged one of my Walmart batteries. It brought it to a little over 4.2 volts. But I noticed that the charge of the actual batteries itself only goes to 4.2, like doesn't read over. So, Maybe it's protection circuit. Don't know. And also the charger, like just empty with my multimeter connected, reads 4.2 volts. So I do not suggest, if you do buy one of these, leaving the battery completely plugged in. And out of the packaging, you can see this reads 3.7 volts. That's pretty decent to be stored at. So these batteries, I'm picky with batteries. And these batteries are pretty decent batteries. So it reads 2,600 milliamp hours on the label there. So I fully charged one of the batteries with the charger it came with. And then I went ahead and hooked it up to my IMAX B6 AC and discharged it. So after a little over 2.5 hours of 1 amp draw, my machine is reading around 2,300 milliamp hours. That's not bad for overall capacity. And I said cutoff, 3.2 cutoff. You could discharge it further, I'm pretty sure. I don't like doing that. So pretty good quality batteries overall. And discharging it did not even get warm to the touch, which is good. It does get warm, however, charging on the charger. So just warm, not hot, which is good. Just warm. All right, so we're going to go ahead and step outside. Right now, I'm across the street from the Rawlings Conservatory near downtown Baltimore. And you can see the distance here. I'll measure it on Google Maps. And I'm just going to flash around, I'm charging my car at their public charger there. And you can see I've got the low and the high settings. And the high setting is pretty incredible. It's like really bright. Like you can light up the whole building from across the street. Pretty good. And I got my Canon 70D on 6400 ISO at 30 frames per second. So essentially what you see outside right here is how my eyes were seeing it as well, which is pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to make sure I went over all the pros and cons. So pro, rechargeable. Yes, pro, it's powerful. You can get really bright stuff with it. And also dim, pro, that's good. I like having not too bright of a flashlight. Pro, the buttons are strong. Nice. Pro, the lens design. You can see there's these little cutouts on it. So I've done this where I set my flashlight down and it's in the on position, but I didn't really realize it because it's completely sealed off. But if you set this down on a flat surface and it's on, you can still see light coming through the corner. So I know it's a weird pro, but that's a pro. Pro, you can charge this thing with your USB brick or whatever, which is pretty cool. Con, it can kind of dislodge and not charge. And also, in order to charge it with that, you have to have the flashlight in the on position. It's just strange. I guess that you can get used to that part, but it's strange to me. Pro or con? You tell me the price. Right now, Amazon has this thing for $59, and it's Prime, so the delivery's included. Yeah, is it good or is it bad? You decide after I decide. I used to be a security guard, and I used to carry a flashlight around. My go-to was a mag light. But it wasn't adjustable in the sense that, the brightness. You could just adjust the beam. And so I was okay with that. But if this would have replaced that, it would have been better in that you can recharge this. You don't got to buy any more batteries. That's cool. And I like that. And it's smaller. I mean, I wasn't going to beat anybody with my mag light. But it's smaller. That makes it easier to use overall. Whew. If you're in the market and you're shopping for a flashlight, man, this is a decent choice. Read the reviews online. Give this one consideration. Totally cool. Hey, thanks to ORCATORCH as well, because now I have another flashlight for my collection. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll try to answer them. And that's it for now. I hope that helped. See you later, Internet.